Wait a minute, did Rasheeda really just throw Yandy under the bus on national television for a man who apparently can't even recall who he bought cocktails for at the strip? Oh yes, honey. This ain't your average fallout. This is betrayal straight. From reality TV hell, complete with leaked screenshots and receipts from lap dances. Because just when you thought love and hip-hop couldn't possibly get any messier, boom, Jasmine strolls in with a rumor. Rasheeda drops her loyalty like a bad habit. And Yandy's left frozen like, did I miss something? But the real tea is this. Was Rasheeda ever solid for Yandy, or has she been defacing this whole time? And who told Jasmine she was the director of drama? Now the internet's buzzing boss and the group chats lit what started as some he said she said about Mendeecees, and mystery bar girlships erupted into an all-out mess. And Yandy, she just got caught in the crossfire. No armor, no warning, and Rasheed is the one pulling the pin on the grenade. Let's unpack this chaos because the timeline's already melting down. It started off like your average chill night drinks, flowing lashes, flawless wigs, tight and fake smiles. Getting tossed around like party beads, but then you guessed it, someone's husband got sloppy and someone's bestie decided to go off script. Yes, we're talking about Rasheeda Frost and Yandy Smith. Two women who've endured more TV drama than most folks survive in real-life therapy, but this time it wasn't a side chick. A bad contract or even Mona Scott's editing magic causing the chaos? Nope, this mess came from within the circle. Because the second Jasmine's name came up, the whole vibe flipped like a tornado. Made of secrets, shade, and unpaid strip club tabs, let's rewind for a sec. Remember Jasmine? The same Jasmine who once blew up Rasheeda and Kirk's marriage with that infamous paternity scandal? Yeah, her, she's back, and she didn't just bring drama, she brought ammo. Well, she claimed she did, allegedly. She told more than one cast member that Mendeecees had been showing up to her bar not for charity, not for meetings, and definitely not with Yandy. Just him, a VIP bottle, and a few dancers who couldn't tell if it was a lap dance or a lemon drop kind of night. Let's pause there. You'd assume Yandy's so-called ride or dies would pull her aside. Give her a heads up or maybe ask for her side, but Rasheeda, she flipped faster than a flash sale at Fashion Nova. And not just anywhere, this went down at a live taping. Yes, Liv Rasheeda delivered the now iconic line that had Twitter foaming at the mouth. I'm not friends with you, or you. The only one I ride for is Kirk. Let's analyze that like it's exhibit A in a betrayal trial because it is she didn't sugarcoat. It didn't say, we'll talk. She looked Yandy dead in the face and said, we ain't cool, cameras rolling, cast watching, cocktails in hand. Boom, silence. Friendship obliterated. Now here's where it gets extra messy. How much did Rasheeda really know going into that moment? Because word is she'd already peeped some screenshots allegedly from Jasmine's crew. And guess what they showed men's in someone's DMS? Like, do you still remember me from that night? Why sit on that kind of tea unless you were saving it for a kill shot? That's where it starts to sting. Yandy had Rasheeda's back when the whole Kirk scandal blew up. She vouched for her when Jasmine first came back swinging. She even told producers to keep Jasmine away from the dinner table during that viral meltdown episode, and this is what she gets: public shade, no explanation, and a breakup monologue that felt rehearsed in the mirror. But wait, it gets even more toxic, depending on how McMess you can handle Mendeecees' response to all this. I don't even remember that girl talking about Jasmine's bartender BFF, who swears he was a regular. Sir, she remembers your drink order, but you don't know her name. Either you got groupies or you've got memory issues, and neither's a flex when the rest of the cast tried to smooth things over. It turned into a whole blame fest, spice confused Erica Banks stirring more mess, Jessica just grabbing popcorn, and Rasheeda cold as ice, not a word of support. No, I got you. Just distant energy and a side eye. That said, don't drag me in it. You know what that tells us? She'd been waiting for this moment. That wasn't shock, that was strategy. Now the fans are asking, was Rasheeda ever a real friend or just around for convenience? Did Jasmine light the fire and Rasheeda pour the gasoline? Because, let's be honest, the timing to perfect, the words to sharp, the energy. big fake friend vibes. And just when you think we've hit the end, someone drops a piece of tea. So hot it resets the whole saga. That's where we pick it up next, because what if I told you another leak is coming? What if I told you Yandy's name pops up in a group chat, but not how you'd expect? And what if Rasheeda wasn't the only snake in the grass when you stand by someone who's been cozying up with the ops? The whole time receipts always come knocking, and what was attached, a crystal clear screenshot from a group chat showing Rasheeda allegedly saying, "Yandy out here acting like Mendeecees is a saint, knowing damn well he hits every bar in ATL after dark. I'm tired of pretending like I don't see it." Hold up, this is the same Rasheeda who looked Yandy in the eye and said there was nothing to talk about, who claimed she didn't even get the full scoop after that concert fiasco and brushed off her distance as just weird energy. And now this, of course, Yandy's fan base went thermonuclear fake friend snake with baby hairs she'd been faking since he's in. 6 tweets flew like wigs in a reunion fight scene, and Rasheeda silent, not a peep, no denial. No clarification, Kachin. Just one shady Instagram story that read, "Loyalty ain't a caption, it's a choice." And boom, the fire was officially out of control. People started asking, was Rasheeda ever real to Yandy? Was she just waiting for the first scandal to hit, unfriend, and bounce? Let's scroll back, because this betrayal's been simmering, remember? Season 8, when Rasheeda was dodging drama while Kirk's cheating mess was blowing up. Who was in the trenches yelling at producers defending her dragging? Jasmine off-camera Yandy? Fast forward to now, Yandy's getting flamed in public, and what does Rasheeda do? She flips the friendship table and delivers the infamous line, "The only one I ride for is Kirk." But wait, we're not done, Jasmine. She's not just involved anymore. She's thriving on the chaos. Sis is hitting podcasts, doing cryptic interviews, and suddenly her voice memo game is strong. One leaked audio clip, allegedly from a close source, catches Jasmine saying, "Everybody thinks I'm lying, but Rasheeda saw those DMs I showed her that night." She even said, "Wow, he messy too." So what's with the fake clueless act now? Let's not get it twisted, Jasmine's far from innocent. This ain't her first scandal rodeo, but when Rasheeda suddenly distances herself from everyone, it raises questions. Is she hiding something or just cleaning house buys? Because guess what, boss? The producers were foaming at the mouth. Sources say that infamous yacht scene, yeah, that got cut up like a bad beer. A whole convo between Rasheeda Spice and Jessica allegedly got axed, and in that convo, Rasheeda allegedly admitted she'd known about Jasmine's claims for weeks, but didn't want to add fuel to the mess. Since the fire is now a 5-alarm inferno, the damage is done, and the whole cast is feeling the heat. Meanwhile, Yandy, she's spiraling like a broken carousel, confronting everybody. Jessica, Erica, Spice, even the camera crew snapping. "If y'all had receipts, why didn't anyone tell me?" And the response, pure awkward energy sipping. Mimosas like their lives depended on it. One girl even faked adjusting her lashes just to avoid eye contact. Let's call it what it is. Yandy didn't just get betrayed by Rasheeda. The whole damn squad ghosted her. That's the part that cuts the deepest. But now let's talk about Mendeecees. Somehow this man is cool as ice, or just acting like it. When pressed about the bar rumors and deems, he hit the world with this one-liner, "Look, I ordered drinks, not drama." I don't even know who that is, sir. That is kind of shady denial we haven't heard since Tristan Thompson said he was just talking at that infamous house party. Even Mona Scott had to step in behind the scenes. She reportedly warned the cast to keep it civil, or lawyers will step in. Why? Because Jasmine's threatening to bring video proof to the reunion, not grainy VHS tape footage. No, boss, we're talking HD time-stamped GPS locked 3-camera angle footage, and as more layers peel back, the fans are done playing neutral. Rasheeda's latest IG post torpedoed loyalty ain't seasonal, sis. You were waiting for a reason to bounce. Just say it. Kirk cheated with a Fashion Nova intern and you stayed. But Yandy defends her man and you drop her girl. Explain that math. The public has no mercy, and honestly, they're making points. Yandy's no angel, we know that. She's had her messy chapters, her spin tactics, her dramatic cut to confessional moments, But when your friend becomes the first one to light the match, under you based on rumors, she never. Even confirmed that ain't loyalty, that's politics. That's damage control in designer heels. So here's a theory. What if Rasheeda saw Yandy's reputation cracking and thought time to jump ship before it sinks? If that's the case, she didn't just leave a friend behind, she used her as a stepping stone. And just when you thought the last bomb had been dropped, guess what? Boom! Leaked email surfaces allegedly between a senior showrunner and a PR strategist. Subject line, crisis strategy, Rasheeda Yandy split damage mitigation plan. Inside the thread, tactics on how to spin Rasheeda's move as self-care. How to discredit Jasmine's receipts as jealous clout chasing, and wait for it, a full segment pitch framing Yandy as emotionally unstable for the next reunion special. This isn't reality TV anymore. This is a media takedown strategy in real time. One woman silent Anna Thirst preeling a husband, playing dumb a side chick with archives, and Rasheeda sitting in the eye of the storm like she ain't lit the damn match. But what happens when silence starts speaking louder than a scream? That's where we go next. So here we are, burnt connections, receipts flying like confetti, and a circle of so-called sisters. Suddenly forgetting how to send a basic text when it counted most, but as the Rasheeda versus Yandy explosion continues to torch its way through IG comments, Reddit threads, and group chats from Brooklyn to Buckhead, there's one thing no one's addressed. Yet the fallout, and trust me boss, it's coming in scorching. Let's start with the show itself, now that this drama has spiraled beyond storyline territory. Fans want answers. Why were key convos mysteriously sliced from episodes? Why were certain cast members allegedly told to dial it down while others got to stir up the mess like it was a cooking challenge on reality TV's version of MasterChef? Petty edition, word from inside production. Mona Scott Young is livid. And not just at the cast, at the editors, the handlers, and maybe even her own shadow. An insider spilled Mona feels blindsided. This stopped being entertainment the minute it exposed the network. Why so mad? Because Jasmine, yes, that Jasmine wasn't even supposed to be on this season. Let that marinate. She was banned, blocked, erased from the roster. But when the ratings tanked and the drama dried up faster than Kirk's loyalty, guess who got the emergency invite? Jasmine. And she didn't just show up, she showed out leaking tea. Like it's her side hustle, dropping messages like mixtaps and calling out everyone who ever called her a liar in a recent anonymous guest spot on a shady podcast. She didn't say names, but she said everything else. People say I'm Macy. No, I'm the receipt. And some of these women know their men are trash, but would rather post family goals than tell the truth. Boom, mic incinerated. But guess what? That wasn't even the biggest twist, because while the public is dragging Rasheeda for being a cold-blooded backstabber and Yandy for possibly living in Fantasyland, the real plot twist, Mendeecees might be facing legal smoke. Yep, legal trouble turns. Out that bartender who first said he was a frequent flyer at her lounge, she's now got a lawyer, and not to sue him, but to protect herself. Word is production allegedly tried to pay her to vanish quietly with a little consultant bonus on the side, but instead of taking the hush money, sis lawyered up. Now we're not just talking cast beef. We're talking producer tampering, intimidation, maybe even hush payments. Boss, this ain't reality TV anymore. This is starting to look like Love and Hip Hop Rico edition. Meanwhile, Yandy has gone completely dark. No new posts, no interviews, no clapbacks. Her team silent her socials like a ghost town. And for someone who built her brand on being unshaken and outspoken, that kind of quiet says everything. And Rasheeda living her best namaste Cora fantasy. She dropped a clean filtered pic and captioned it, "Boundaries are peace, protect yours." Oh really, sis? Now you're Gandhi, especially when a fresh rumor starts spinning that Kirk knew about Jasmine's latest tea before it blew up online and warned Rasheeda behind the scenes. Let's pause and do the math. Kirk knew and Rasheeda knew. Then what was on and day collateral? She didn't just lose a friend, she got played like a pawn. Rasheeda had time to process, prep, and posture. And instead of pulling Yandy aside, she let her walk right into that trap, blindfolded, mic'd up, and surrounded by cameras. And now word on the street is that Rasheeda's being courted for her own spin-off, one centered around family values, business, and cutting ties with toxic friendships. So how convenient. Meanwhile, Yandy's endorsement deals reportedly on hold. Mendeecees event bookings under internal review, and Jasmine sis is out here collecting bags, podcast appearances, cryptic tick tokes, and allegedly a new docu-series deal. But let's get back to the core question, boss. Where do we go from here? Because this is beyond drama now. This is a complete breakdown to women who've called each other family, cried on each other's couches, survived cast feuds, filming chaos, and now can't even share a mimosa without ducking side eyes and legal threats. Let's keep it 100. This friendship is done. Even if producers throw them in the same scene next season, the chemistry, doa, no hugs, no inside jokes, no we've been through too much speeches, just Solen's attention, and the most uncomfortable reunion special in franchise history. And maybe that's the real truth. Because in this world, friendship is rarely friendship. It's a contract. It's a camera cue. It's a seasonal alliance that ends the minute it stops benefiting someone's storyline. Stop playing the role. They cut your arc, they cut your check, they cut you out, and that, boss, is exactly what happened to Yandy. She stopped being the sidekick, started protecting her family, and forgot the golden rule of reality TV: image over truth, always. So Rasheeda made a move, and maybe it was smart, strategic, even necessary for survival in the reality spotlight. But every move has a cost, because while she may have won the episode, she lost the loyalty. The fans don't believe her. The cast doesn't trust her. And the show's struggling to manage a scandal that broke through its own script. This wasn't just drama, it was a televised takedown, complete with lawyers, leaks, and fallout. And when Jasmine ends up with her own spin-off, just know we called it. Tell us, was Rasheeda really choosing peace, or just playing chess while Yandy was playing checkers? Yandy truly the betrayed friend, or just too blind to see the writing on the green screen? Yandy sees, is he innocent, or just a calm for someone? Surrounded by this much fire, hit that like if you gasped even once during this roller coaster. Smash that subscribe button for more wild breakdowns, fake news, and too real for TV scandals, because if this is what makes the final cut, can you imagine the mess they didn't show? Stay tuned, stay shady, and remember, in love and hip-hop, trust is temporary, but Dragarante. Catch you next time on Exposed and Unbothered.